Hey everyone, I'm going to walk through how to create your own timers because I'm really obsessed with this. So I kind of learned some shortcuts and some easy ways to do this. And so I just wanted to come back on and share those ways. So that way, when you're creating your own, it goes really quick, or you can feel free to use my playlist. But right here are the videos. So this one is using WeVideo, and I've actually switched to iMovie. So I was using WeVideo, but I kind of hit the time limit. So now I'm using iMovie, and I've learned, again, a couple tricks, and it will work in WeVideo or whatever process you use. But I'm going to just walk through, again, how to kind of do this and how it will work. So the first things first is join the Google group. So I'm going to throw that link into the chat if you're not already a part of it, because this presentation is shared with that Google group. And with that presentation, you will be able to then make templates of these different timers. But you do have to be a part of the Google group in order to do that. So if you're not a part of it, join, and you'll be able to get all these templates, and they will be available to you. The next thing is I'm going to throw this presentation into the chat. So just give me 1 second to do that. And on this slide number 5 is all the templates you need. But you don't really need them all. So all you really need is one template, and that's the 30-minute timer, unless you want a shorter one. But I've really started to create with the 30-minute timer, and then I've been able to create all my other timers on that. And so then when I go over to the playlist, you can see that these ones were not that template, but from here on, let me see here. These ones, I've used that 30-minute timer, and then I'm able to cut them. Actually, I use the 15-minute timer, and then I'm able to cut them into multiple videos. Here's another example with that 30-minute. Here's another one. And so then there you've got like a theme of different timers, which is really nice, because then when I have my agenda up and I want my students to have a 5-minute timer, but then I want them to have a 2-minute timer, they're able to have those different timers based on those needs, okay? So again, you don't really need all of these unless you want to, but here's the shortcut. You take that 30-minute timer, and then once you've got this template, you're going to go to File, Make a Copy, Entire Presentation. I'm going to recall this 30-minute timer, and it's not going to be a copy of. Once I have that copy, I'm going to get rid of the original. And then I like to go to Slides Go or Slides Mania. Last video I went to Slides Mania, so let's go to Slides Go and see what they've got. You can design your own. Like a couple of these, I went in and I added that computer. I added the Google colors at the bottom using a table. And so you can, again, make your own, or you can use kind of what's already created in Slides Mania or Slides Go and use that. So let's see here. Are there any really, really cute ones that we could use? And I am obsessed with making these. So again, if you guys need or your students have any suggestions, let me know. This one's kind of fun, the neon one. Feel like I can look at slide templates forever before making a decision. All right, I think I'm going to go with this one. All right, I'm going to click Google Slides. It's going to make a copy of it. I can get rid of this, and then I can get rid of this playlist as well. On here, I'm going to just kind of make it whatever I want. So I could steal, oh, I really like these light bulbs. So I could steal this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off and this off, and I'm going to use this one. And so I'm going to go to File, and then I'm going to download as a PNG. Okay, now that I've got it in my little bar, I'm going to go over to my 30-minute timer, and I'm going to change the background, choose the image, and I'm going to then make this the background for my whole theme. Okay, and again, you won't be able to see my timer because of the colors, so I'm going to go into Slide, edit the master, and I am going to, let's see what they had here. Undo, undo. This was like a really fun, I'm going to try to bring this on here, just so I can get the font and all of that kind of stuff. So it was the DA. And again, you can create your own font. You can do whatever you kind of want with those different colors. It looks like that was the color. Let's see here, drop shadow is what it looks like. Okay, and again, you can kind of update it to whatever you want it to look like as you're kind of creating this for your own slides. Okay, and now I can see, okay, I want to move that over. So again, I'm going to go into the slide edit master, take this little guy and just move it over a tad bit. And again, it's going to move all of my things over. And so right there is about where I want it. And that's what it's going to look like for all of them. Then when I'm done, if I want to, I can change all these, but then you have to go to all of these 30 ones because we did make them a little bit bigger. And then you'll just kind of have to edit those. So I like to go down to the bottom. I'm going to get rid of some of these time is up. And so I like to hold and then drag it down. And then I like to delete. So hold, drag it down. Don't click until you get to the last one and then delete. And then I can kind of make these look whatever I want. So again, I'm going to kind of make this smaller, maybe a little bit bigger. Looks like she might have bolded it. Time's up. Perfect. And then I'm going to go back into that edit master real quick and bold those. So slide, edit master. And again, this is just me kind of picking out how I want to design these. And I really like that look. And then again, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to make like just a couple of them. Okay. And then I've got my template all set to go. And so the next step is I'm going to go to File, publish this to the web. And then I'm going to do 1 second because I want it to be a clock and I want it to go down 1 second. Start slideshow as soon as it loads and hit publish. Okay. Now I'm going to copy this URL. And now that I've got it copied, there's a couple different things. You can use Loom or you can use Screencastify. Either will work. I have the paid version of Screencastify, so I've been using that version. However, Loom will work exactly the same way, and Loom is free for educators. And so what you do is you just start it. I turn off my microphone, my webcam, my drawing tools, all that kind of stuff. And I use Loom in the other video. So if you need to watch that, feel free to watch that. But again, everything's turned off. But for my countdown, record, 3, 2, 1, and then I hit enter on 1. And that way I only have to crop off just a tad of the beginning. And then I let that play. And so with Loom as well, I kind of do the same thing. And then because it's 30 minutes, I just kind of pop this over to another screen. So that way I can continue to work on other things. Usually it kind of is nice because then I'm like, oh, I can work on other things while that is going on. And then I can come back to it if I need to, or whatever kind of needs to happen during that time. It might also remind me, go take a 30-minute walk and then come back and your timer will be ready. So either way, you can kind of do those different things. But while we're waiting, I actually have one done because I'm not going to make you wait 30 minutes for that timer. And so down here, I'm going to open up iMovie. Maybe. And again, last video has WeVideo, so you can use iMovie, WeVideo. You can use any type of video editing software. And let's see if it pops up. And I already have one done. So when I went into Screencastify at the very, very end, I went in and I put MP4. So instead of just downloading it as normal, I actually did change it to the MP4 player. And then I go to my timers folder in here and I drop it into my bank. Okay, I already did this one, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then I'm going to add this on down here. And then what I do is I'm going to just crop it. And sometimes you have to go bigger. And I crop it to where I want it right at that 30-minute mark. Or the 30-minute mark right there. Okay, so I've got my 30 minutes. Now I just have to find some music. And so for music, I might go to YouTube Studio and I might go into the library for YouTube, or you could do any website that will allow you to have music. And again, I publish to YouTube, so that's why you kind of have to make sure you can use that music correctly. Also, real quick, if you did not need to publish it to YouTube, if you just hit publish to the web, you can use this as a timer. I prefer YouTube so I can mute the music, I can have music, or I'm able to kind of see what's going on. Okay, so in YouTube Studio, And WeVideo has a ton of music as well. So if you have that paid version, you can use all of their music too. And then I'm going to search and use the search down here, not that search. Happy. Let's see if there's any happy music. This one's kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to download it. I check the licensing type just to make sure I don't need to give credit. And if I do, I just do that. So nope, I don't need to. But again, if you did need to, you're able to do that. And then there was one up here that I really wanted for the one that we're going to make with that 30-minute timer. I think it was this one, Subway Dreams. Okay, so I'm going to download that one too. Let me check to make sure we are good to use it. Okay, so we're all set. All right, so now that I've got my timers going, I'm going to go into music and I'm going to add those 2 new sounds. And then I can, let me make sure this was the one, go in here. And then again, I'm going to minus it back out. And then I just take that audio clip. Let me make sure I got that. Drag it down. There we go. Okay, and then I copy, so Command C, and then I put my little white line here and I just paste it. Okay, and then at the end, I'm going to get rid of this one because that one I went click happy. And then I'm going to just make it smaller. And now that I've got it all at the bottom, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to click this little export file. And also I like to bring it back here so that I get that thumbnail of 30. And then I'm going to type next 30-minute timer, save. Now that I've got that 30-minute one, I like to get rid of like a couple of these different clips and then I can make the next time. So then I might go down and I might make it 15. And again, sometimes you have to like zoom in to make sure you get the exact amount of time right there. Oh, I had it. Oh, no, I do have it. Okay. And then I zoom out again. Delete any of these sounds. And sometimes I just like to start over with the sounds. But again, I've learned this trick of just, hey, take that 30-minute timer and keep adding some time to it, you know, or shortening the time for it. And then you've got all these different timers. Okay, so there's my 15-minute timer. Again, I want that clip right there. Export. Next. 15 minutes. Save. Cancel. And then again, I can keep going. And I want like a 10-minute timer, we'll say. And again, I make it bigger. Oh, I had it right there. Make it smaller. Take out some of these music clips. Okay. And I'm going to take this clip and I'm going to copy it and paste it, paste it, paste it. Make it a little bit smaller so it's at the very end. Take this and I'm going to export that file. Export it. Oh, let me hit cancel because I forgot how much time. I think it was 10-minute timer. 10 minutes. Export. Next. 10-minute timer. Save. Okay. And then again, keep going. And again, I can do any type of minutes I want because I already got my template in there. It's just I've got to downsize it to where I want it. So let's do 5. And again, let's make it a little bit smaller. Go this way. Right there. I think I had it. I might have been over. Yeah, I went over. Right there. Okay. Check my time. Perfect. Get rid of some of these audio files. And then copy this one and paste, and then we'll make this the size of that video. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and export this. And again, I'm going to make this a 5-minute timer. Save. And then I'm going to take this file again. Now we're going to make it 4 minutes. And I'm going to, again, make it just a tad bit. Okay, and I had it, but I don't think I had it any. Oh, I do have it. Okay. And again, it's a lot of talking to myself as I'm doing this. Take the time or the music, paste the music, put the music on there, make it just a smaller. And then again, this was a 4-minute timer. Save that timer. Now I'm going to do my 3 minutes. And as you get down, you might be able to keep your timer. It's smaller. Okay, I've got my 3-minute timer. I'm going to get rid of this sound. Duplicate it, bring it up. Okay, and then I'm going to click this little guy, export the file. Oh, and again, I want that thumbnail so I don't have to go back in and download the PNG file, because I think it's easier when I am teaching, then I can go in and say, oh, I just need that 3-minute timer. And I see that image instead of some random number. Okay, and then again, I can do my 2-minute timer. There we go. Make this smaller. Export. Again, I need to get that thumbnail. Oops, I did not click there. There we go. Export it. Next. 2-minute timer. And then I just have a 1-minute timer. Okay. And also I do like to do the 30-minute timer actually. Right there. Export. Always forget. Oh no, what happened? Oh, I messed up. Let me bring it a little bit in. And I gotta fix my music. Okay. And then I export that again. And I'm doing the 1-minute timer. Okay, and then the 30-second timer. And that's about all I need. Because sometimes I do like quick, like, hey, write down as much as you can in 30 seconds. So that's why I like those timers. And again, timers can really help your classroom management skills and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to do my 30-minute timer. And that's super easy. I mean, you take that timer and you kind of split it apart. And we had like 8 minutes of making that. So not too tight. Oh, 30-second timer. All right. And then the next step, as those are saving to my desktop, I go over here and I can see that I can go ahead and get rid of this one because I've already used that one. This one I can get rid of because that was like my editing file one. And now I've got all these timers and I just have to wait for them to come in. And so again, I can work on other things as I'm waiting for them to download. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to my YouTube studio. YouTubestudio.com, or youtube.com. Then I'll go to my studio. And again, you can use these templates or you can just cut every section. And again, you can do that in WeVideo, iMovie, any of those software editing files. And then I just, once I'm in here, I'm going to just click this little camera guy. And you can upload more than just one. And it's still kind of thinking, so, but I just drag those, upload those. If I have to give credit for the music, I'll put in the exact link to where I found that music. That way I'm able to give credit where credit is due. And then you have all these timers and you can create like different playlists. You can use them in your classroom. And I just like them because I know what my students will see. I can make it go along with the theme or the custom design that might need to go with it. So again, that's kind of how you create timers. And again, once you're done, you just add them in and then you'll get a screen with all of your content. And then you can just click timer. And then again, if there's music where you need to give credit, you can add that information in to your timer. Let's see if it will show up. Yeah, so right here I put the music, I've got my names, I've got my thumbnail, each at the 30-minute mark or wherever it is. And then I just created a playlist for timers and then I just hit save. So that was pretty much it. Do know that sometimes your video might get marked for spam. And if it gets marked for spam, just submit an appeal. And YouTube will unappeal it. And again, your channel might be like frozen for a little bit, but it's thinking it's spam because it's like a long video that just has music and it's a timer. So they're going to fix that. So if you do get marked by YouTube, just kind of know that it's okay. Just appeal it and just explain this is a timer for my classroom or whatever you kind of need. Again, I like them on YouTube because then when they are playing, let's see if I can play this one. I can pause it if I need to and give like a quick announcement. I could put my announcement right into my video, and that was in the last video. But you can kind of do whatever you kind of need to do when it comes to some of these different timers. And again, I can mute the audio. I can do whatever I kind of need to do. And so that's why I kind of like these. I can also embed them onto my Google sites and different places like that. So I can have like a choice board, or I can have a station rotation, and every 10 minutes I want my kids to switch. So I could use this timer and then I can have them have that up. You could put a bell sound at the end, or just have the music stop playing at the end. Totally up to whatever you kind of need for your students. And that is how you make a timer. Again, you'll go through the steps of uploading it to YouTube. If it gets marked for spam, just submit an appeal. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and get creating with those different timers.